Welcome to The End is Night. I'm your host, Curtis Cook, and last night someone in my neighborhood set off fireworks and shouted, "Take me now," but we've got a great show for you. I think they were fireworks.
1, 2, 3, 4.
From the center of Who Gives a Shit, it's The End is Night, starring Curtis Cook, featuring his wife, Brandon Rockwell Charlin, and music that won't get us kicked off YouTube, royalty-free music, .rocks. I'm your announcer, Alex Falcone, and now please welcome your host, Curtis Cook.
Folks, welcome to The End is Night. Before we get started, Ben, how was your weekend? I heard it was pretty crazy. Wait, seriously? And you just left them there? I'm pretty sure that's illegal. Yeah, even in California, I think that's technically manslaughter. All right, well, as Ben checks in with his attorney, let's hop straight into the news. Folks, as we covered last week on A Distant Glance, slaughterhouses across the country are having to close down due to the virus. And that's causing a national meat shortage, but there's no meat shortage here, am I right, ladies? All right, also in the news, very important, Elon Musk and Grimes recently had a baby, and boy, is my not giving a shit tired. Folks, also important, one of Trump's aides has recently tested positive for coronavirus. I'm sure this is frustrating for Melania. She's got to be like, God, just stop teasing me and kill him already. Folks, honestly, Ben, I can't quite get over this. You just left them there to die? No, I'm not trying to make you feel bad. That's just such a horrible way to go. Well, that's between you and your God. Anyway, folks, you've already watched this far and it can't get worse, can it? It can. Let's get started. Folks, welcome back to The End is Night. I don't give a shit about this show, so here's a fucking clip. Today, we'll be making a egg. Spray a pan with some ham and set it to medium. Crack an egg into the pan. Put some Lowry's on that shit like a real one. As you watch the egg cook, remember that humanity is and always has been the worst thing to ever happen to itself. Don't forget to flip the egg. Put the egg on a plate. Eat the egg. That was that. Moving on, for the first time ever, the Supreme Court held hearings this week via conference call, which allowed our very own correspondent, Alex Falcone, to listen in. Here he is with the report.
Thanks, Curtis. Boy, I spent a lot of time listening to the Supreme Court, and I have a Supreme report, good one, for you about it. First up, the case of Smeltit v. Deltit. Is it possible, legally speaking, to deflect blame for a fart onto the person who first recognized it?
Okay. How did it go?
Ruth Bader Ginsburg called in from her hospital room, no less, and I think she summed up this case the best. She said, "It is a classic case of victim blaming, and it's going to have a chilling effect. No one is going to want to report anything smelly for fear of being blamed for the cause of the smell."
Right. How do you think they'll rule?
Hard to say, but Brett Kavanaugh, as we all know, is an incredibly stinky human, and so he's most likely to side with the stinkiest plaintiff.
Fine. Sure. What else?
Next up on the docket, a really interesting case, Losers v. Finders. Will 9-year-old Brenda get to keep the binder she found in the living room, or will she have to return it to her sister, who could be heard weeping on the call today? Well, the lawyer for the finder argued that maritime law does allow for legitimate salvage, but it's going to be hard for the Supreme Court to rule that way because the court is technically landlocked.
Alex!
And last up, See Something v. Say Something.
Alex.
Great case here, Curtis. Will the Supreme Court overrule a 1983 decision that said that snitches can indeed get stitches, and in some cases even left in ditches?
I don't think that's at all what...
Yeah, but this is really important because there's a case working its way up to the lower courts right now called Las Vegas v. What Happens There.
Alex, just tell the truth. Obviously, you didn't listen to any of the Supreme Court arguments.
Yeah, I mean, I meant to. I planned on it.
For the record, I didn't ask you to do this. You gave yourself the assignment.
Totally, but when I did not realize that the Supreme Court met at 10 a.m. Eastern Time. Do you know what time that is for us? Don't look it up. It'll ruin your day.
Well, thanks again for literally nothing. Alex Falcone, everybody. And now for the moment you've all been waiting for. My next guest coming to the stage is, you guessed it, my wife. My wife. Brennan.
What?
Do you still want to be on the show?
No.
Are you okay?
Yeah.
Are you sad?
Yeah.
Me too. I'm sad too.
Yeah.
Well, that's all the time we have today, but we'll see you next week unless one of us dies. Alex, 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 Alex.